Welcome to Ebas Gallery channel. Love affairs don't always last. After we fell hard for the naturally aspirated V8 and V10 powered versions of the BMW M5, a twin-turbo V8 M5 arrived for 2013 and left us a little cold. Sure, it had 560 horsepower, 502 lb-ft of torque and a body by Atlas, but something that was core to our long-held attraction was lost. Even an available manual transmission couldn't bridge the emotional gap. While its performance left us in awe, somehow BMW forgot to make it fun. We'd grown apart. The divide grew when we heard rumors that the new M5 would have all-wheel drive, no manual option and a conventional automatic transmission. Despite adding all-wheel drive, BMW promised a 90-pound weight loss, and even though power wasn't really ever a problem, we were delighted to learn that, thanks to larger turbos and more boost, the new M5's twin-turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 would have 600 horsepower and 553 lb-ft of torque. Then we drove first a prototype and then a production version in Europe last year, and most of those fears were put to rest. Maybe we're ready to love again? We made a date with the first 2018 M5 available in the United States and took it straight to our test facility. That torque converter automatic that we'd worried might take the eagerness out of BMW Super Sedan comes with a simple launch control function that works with the all-wheel drive system to help the new M5 turn some ridiculous times. A perfect launch is as easy as holding the brake and the accelerator while stopped. When fluid temperatures are right, the computer allows the engine to rev to nearly 3000 RPM, and the rear wheels start spinning as if the M5 were rear-wheel drive. Release the brakes, the front wheels kick in and the M5 pounds forward. In 2.8 seconds you're at 60 miles per hour, and in 10.9 you're whisked through the quarter mile at 129 miles per hour. After a couple of runs, the launch control system dialed back the launch RPM to 2500 RPM, which isn't enough to start the rear tires spinning. Launching without that rear wheel spin adds a couple of tenths to the 0 to 60 miles per hour time. Our test car supposedly arrived with the lower, 155 miles per hour governor, but it didn't stop the party until we'd hit a verified 163 miles per hour. A $2,500 million driver's package brings a 189 miles per hour limiter. BMW makes it possible to disable the all-wheel drive system and switch the M5 into rear drive mode. It's a trick that mimics the Mercedes-AMG E63's drift mode. We thought it would be interesting to see how much all-wheel drive traction benefits acceleration, so we tested the M5 in rear drive mode too. When two tires instead of four face off against 553 lb-ft of torque, it takes 3.6 seconds to hit 60 and 11.6 seconds for the quarter mile, and it's a far bigger challenge to get the launch right and dance at the limits of tire adhesion. Even with the roughly 150-pound penalty of all-wheel drive, the new M5 weighs in at 4,288 pounds, which sounds like a lot, but that's 110 pounds lighter than the most recent previous gen M5 we tested, which had a manual, and 299 less than the E63's. In addition to a carbon fiber roof and a lithium-ion battery, the new 5 Series platform uses more weight-saving aluminum than before. 51 of those saved pounds are from the optional $8,500 carbon ceramic brakes, which along with Michelin Pilot Sport 4's tires stopped the M5 from 70 miles per hour in a tidy 147 feet. Fortunately, the diet hasn't eroded any of the M5's ability to act like a luxury car when you're not working the Michelin's hard. Left in comfort mode, the electronically adjustable dampers allow the M5 to ride as smoothly as a regular 5 Series. Two stiffer modes are selectable, but they get a little old after a few miles of bouncing around. In spite of its all-wheel drive and automatic transmission, the M5 is a return to form. For the first time in a long time, we're lusting after a new M5. It might not be the pure and competition-bred sedan of its youth, but the new iteration has stopped placing technology over tactility and numbers over enjoyment. The technology is still present, but the whole car is better at integrating the tech and drawing the driver in. The performance data is more impressive than before, but the car is more than just something that generates an eye-popping test sheet. It's better to drive than its predecessor, which is something we haven't been able to say about an M5 since 2000.